valley.
We see them in the Williams' caravan, don't we?
So there's the arrival fly past of the Sea King, and they're now positioning to deploy the winchmen. One of the crew, Sergeant Pete Wood, they're going to drop him so that he is going to act as a survivor, and then they're going to go and pick him up, find him and pick him up. They're giving him the courtesy of actually landing to drop him. Two engines, two Rolls-Royce Gnome engines, about 1,600 and some shaft horsepower each. So what the aircraft is... Well, I think we can hear from the co-pilot on board, Flight Lieutenant Dave Wells.
The Sea King Mark III from Iron Valley. We'll simulate the recovery of an ejectee from the sea. Initially, we'll drop off our ejectee. We deploy smoke to help us assess the wind with us.
So you can see that smoke on the airfield there. And that was co-pilot Flight Lieutenant Dave Wells, I think, or it could be Mark Pickles, but his wife was about to have a baby. We weren't quite sure who was going to come, and I still don't know. However, here is the helicopter simulating arriving on the scene and looking for a survivor. Now I can see the winch being lowered. Yes, you definitely don't want to do that. It's the helicopter blowing all that air down and blowing the survivor away just as you're trying to pick them up. So, as Dave, or is it Mark, said, the helicopter climbs, and the skill of it is to keep the winch cable at about the right height. 240 feet long at its maximum height is that cable. They regularly end up using quite a lot of it, especially in the mountains. Winchman Sergeant Pete Wood won the Cosford triathlon in 2011. Captain of the aircraft is Squadron Leader Alex Brassington, who's actually the CO of the flight. 22 Squadron is one of the two search and rescue squadrons. got airborne. I can't really see this from where I am, but I just get little glimpses of it occasionally. These aircraft have got an advanced navigation and radar system. It works day and night, all weathers. An automatic flight control system allows the crew to hover the aircraft accurately at low level with hands off the controls. And with the aircraft travelling at 100 miles an hour and 200 feet, the system will take it into the hover at any height from 0 to 70 feet. Another life saved. Well done, chaps. Sea Flight at Valley is, of course, where the Duke of Cambridge works. He's captain on the flight. It's a good qualification to have. Shows he's not an honorary pilot in the Air Force. He can do the stuff. This is actually the standby crew, so we're very lucky to have them. They could have been called away to any kind of incident while they were with us, but it seems like they hadn't. There is a crew on standby 24 hours a day, every day of the year, including Christmas. They can be airborne within 15 minutes of receiving a scramble call. Turning sideways on so as to point straight towards us, and then to continue going round with a little dance down the display line. You can see the winchman and the radar winch operator in the door there, Sergeant Graham Livingston and Sergeant Pete Wood. Sea Flight, they're film stars. They're quite used to the public gaze. They starred in BBC Wales television series Helicopter Rescue. If you're right out there on the front line, you'll be getting an amazing idea of just how big this helicopter is. Maximum weight, it can be about 10 tons in weight. And there the aircraft backing slightly away and climbing as she goes. I think this is virtually the end there. A courteous bow, a courtly bow from the Western Sea King of Sea Flight 22 Squadron. And of course, you may have heard earlier this year it was announced that the Royal Air Force and the Navy will stop providing the United Kingdom's helicopter search and rescue facilities. A civilian company, Bristow Helicopters, starts taking over their task next year. Bristow's SARH, as it's called, will be fully operational from 10 bases around the United Kingdom coastline by the summer of 2017. And I think we may get one final fly past before the big yellow budgie departs. Give them a big wave as they go by. They love it. 22 Squadron, quite a distinguished old squadron formed in 1915. An interesting squadron crest. It's the mathematical symbol pi on the Maltese cross. Because at one stage in the squadron's history, the aircraft would take off from an airfield in Malta and overfly the headquarters of number 7 Group. Hence 22/7. Pi. Fantastic. And their motto is Cœur et audacieux, which translates as valiant and brave. And who could disagree with that expression of the daily work of the men and women of number 22 Squadron, Royal Air Force. home for tea and middles.
Which was featured at that time.